Hi, my patrons. We are back with another question, this time from Mary Bertram. I don't know if that is the correct pronunciation. Bertram, perhaps, but anyway, the question is this. Does Sonia have any knowledge of how children in the spirit get in the line up? Okay, here we go. Mary, I like to tell stories because it helps us to make an idea for the replies, right? So long ago, much before I started the recording frequently for my friends from US, I mean from abroad, I used it to record to mothers here in Brazil. Many mothers. And once I met a group of mothers that all lost children. And there were some 15 mothers. And when they heard that I was connecting to the children, obviously one by one participated of my experiments. And by that time, I didn't record images yet. So it was a very interesting technique that I invented myself, which was to use the telephone so that the mothers could use also the telephone and talk and put the questions themselves to the children. So I proceeded like this. The technique that I invented was something like this. The mother would call me, would phone to my house in certain day that we obviously had in the agenda, and I would have the mother in the line, and I would have something like an extension, a branch of the phone, an extra phone for the children to reply. And so that the mothers went on putting the questions. And while these I was recording, the replies were not listened simultaneously, but I was recorded so that later I would have the mother's questions and the children's reply, right? So, but what I want to point out was that each mother that wanted to participate, I created an agenda and then I was recording more or less once a week for each one. I don't remember if it was every Thursday or every Friday, but anyway, it was each week. So it was a huge work because I recorded and then I had to listen everything to return all the information for this mother. And then in 1 week, I had another mother to record and so on. So what sounded curious to me was that I had an agenda saying, let's say, on the 10th April is Mother Mary, she lost Olivia. On the 18th April, we will have Deborah, she lost her son Paul. So, I mean, I made an agenda and just for me. And I had the days and the date that who was the mother and who was the kid, for instance. And that was all. And precisely in that day, whenever the mother phoned at the correct time that we pointed, let's say 10th April at 11 a.m., right? So things were ready. And the kid was ready to speak with information that the mother could confirm and so on. So what I want to point out with this story is that it seems that as if the other side has a full connection with all things that happened here in my lab, in my house. So they knew the agenda as much as me, right? Don't ask me how, because I don't know too. But they always were read with that child in that day. So now for the images, I think that it is more or less the same thing, because previously we know with whom we will record. For instance, recently, about some 20 days more or less, I recorded four mothers who lost four girls, right? And soon I'll be recording for many mothers who lost boys or men for suicide. So obviously, I think they know precisely who are those that will be, we call it, let's suppose, these recent four girls, right, that I recorded, and soon you will see in the magazines, very beautiful images. And they were there. And how do I know? Because they showed the images of their past. They were children. And there is no doubt that it was them. So they were there in the station. Why? Because they followed my agenda. I don't have to speak to them. Oh, look, next week we will record with mother so and so. No, it is not necessary. Apparently, they listen everything. They are connected full time, because obviously we have to record that this is not a research that is mine, but theirs, right? So it is their interest to control, to have everything working, and it is how they have to move. We have always to remember this. This research is not ours, right? This is a huge project from the other side. They need to communicate with us, and it is not with Sonia. It is for general connection in future to whole people. So they are just testing with me, right? And they pay quite attention to everything that happens in here. So I think that these replies to Mary Bertram, um, I just hope that it is clear. But I think that they know precisely who are the mothers who were in contact, who we will need to contact, let's say, next week. And they will have all these lovely ones ready in the station, physically in the station, to put the face, as they say, in the copy of the vapor that we hear, right? So the children will be oriented to put the face, and their machine in the other side will be in connection and sending these images to the computer on Earth. So you can have an idea how delicate, how complicated this process for sending something. We have to remember that it is a machine that has to send it to our machine, which is our computer here on Earth. So it is a huge technology. And all I say is, for God's sake, these guys to load down to us, to our level, just to help us, right? So I think that I hope that I had replied to Mary how the children goes to the line. And I think that it is exactly like this. It is something physical. They are in the station, they put the face, and then it is the next one come, and it is your time now. You put their face there, and then the machine will get the past of the loved one, just to show to the family the authenticity of the phenomena. That is how they are working recently. And obviously in future it will change and it will go better and better, but we will come there. Okay. Thanks, Mary Bertram, for sending the question, and talk to the other ones to you soon. Bye bye.